Who else is ready for inevitable disappointment? I know I am. Alright, so when I am filming and uploading this, it is February 25th, so tomorrow on the 26th is when the direct is going to be, so I know nothing. So if you're watching this day of, please comment below your predictions and stuff. I would love to hear them. And if you're watching this after the direct, get ready to see how wrong or correct I am. So basically, I mean, the title probably says it all, but this is going to be my predictions for what's going to be announced, not just tomorrow in the direct, but like for like the year as a whole for the 25th celebration. So even if some of the things I say aren't even mentioned in the direct, I still am predicting that they'll be announced at some point during the year. They've said that like they're doing stuff all throughout the year for Pokemon. As far as leaks go, I've seen some of them. I've mostly just like heard people talk about them in Pokemon YouTube videos. I've never really looked at them because I just tend to be skeptical of like pretty much all leaks. Like we get leaks all the time in Pokemon, so like what makes you think that this time it's real? But anyway, here are my predictions slash hopes. There's also just gonna be me hoping for things in this, but I'm gonna try and like be analytical about it. And this first one is there is not going to be a Pokemon game releasing this year. There just isn't. And if you're wondering why, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a bit of a pandemic going on. And clearly this pandemic has slowed down things at Nintendo and just game development as a whole. We couldn't even get like any screenshots or any sort of gameplay footage from Breath of the Wild 2 because of how much things have slowed down. What makes us think that there's gonna be an entire Pokemon game ready to go by the end of this year? Like Splatoon 3, which we saw footage for, isn't even being released until 2022. Like, there's just no fathomable way I can see a game being released by the end of this year. Unless Game Freak, like, stoops to the level of Sonic Boom in terms of rushing development, I really don't think there's gonna be a game this year. Like, the main problem people have with Sword and Shield is how rushed they feel, and they weren't even, like, during a pandemic, so you really think they're gonna, like, try and pull that again with, like, another really rushed scrappy game? I don't think so. Although they might, they love money, so So yeah, I really don't think we're getting a new game this year. Maybe they'll like give us a date like November 2021, but I think it'll be pushed back or something. Alright, next, here's the controversial one. Let's Go Johto, and here's what's controversial. I would love a Let's Go Johto game. Like, I would be so excited for that. I didn't realize this was a controversial opinion until I've recently gotten back into like Pokemon fandom, but like I really enjoyed the Let's Go games. Like, in terms of 3D Pokemon games, the Let's Go games are really good and no one talks about it. Like, I would say like the best 3D Pokemon games are obviously Ultra Sun and Moon, and then I would say tied for second is X and Y and Let's Go. Literally, the Let's Go games are leagues above Sword and Shield in just like every single way. Like, you have Pokemon who follow you and aren't slow. There's still the problem with render distance of overworld Pokemon, but the overworld Pokemon work much better. I actually kind of like the catching mechanic. I don't think it should be a staple, but I do like it. They properly scaled the size of Pokemon, which didn't happen in Sword and Shield. They also added, you know, actual backgrounds for battles, which they didn't always do in Sword and Shield. And because they chose a very cartoonish, like, stylized style, the graphics actually look really good. Visually, it's one of the most beautiful Pokemon games in my opinion. Like, Sword and Shield literally have the graphics of a Wii game. Like, they look like a Wii game, and it's somehow on the Switch. Like, the same console with Breath of the Wild on it somehow also has a game like Sword and Shield where the graphics are just abysmal. And the main criticism that people give to Let's Go is that it's too childish. As if Pokemon games aren't meant for children. Like, of course it's childish. Pokemon is a children's company. They primarily sell toys for children and games for children and anime and movies for children. I am not the target demographic for Pokemon. I am a teenage boy. I am not who they're targeting. They're targeting like 10-year-olds. The amount of grown-ass men I see in the Pokemon fandom complaining that Let's Go are too kiddie, too childish, like, absolutely, like, I hate it so much. Of course they're like Pokemon is not meant for us. We play it because it's fun, not because it's targeted at us. It's targeted for children and is ultimately made for children. Of course the games are gonna be childish! And then the other criticism is that Kanto's been done to death, and this is like the third Kanto remakes and they only focus on Kanto, which that I do agree with, which is why Let's Go Johto would be such a great thing. So I don't know if it's gonna be exactly like Pikachu and Eevee where it's like Togepi and I don't know, another Johto Pokemon. But, I don't know, maybe it'll just be called Let's Go Johto, maybe it'll be like Let's Go Crystal. Because here's the thing, Johto has already been remade as main series games, so like, if they're ever gonna revisit Johto, it should be in a format like this. And another thought I had is this could possibly be, instead of its own game, it could be DLC for Let's Go, because now Pokemon has obviously dove into the world of DLC with Sword and Shield. The only thing is Let's Go's been out for such a long time that if they were planning on adding DLC, I feel like they would have already done it. Although DLC, including an entire new region, would be a lot, but I don't know. If they do Let's Go Johto, I would think it would only be one game. I don't think they would try and squeeze 2 games out of it. Because, like, Johto's kind of irrelevant at this point, so, like, I think they know that it would only be one game. But let's get on to the man of the hour, the thing everyone is expecting, the Sinnoh Remakes. I think we are getting Sinnoh Remakes, but I don't think they're gonna be good. I really don't think they're gonna be good. If they do them in the same style of Sword and Shield, they're gonna suck. They're gonna be awful. They're gonna ruin them. They're really gonna ruin them. I have zero hope. I mean, the leaks say they're gonna try and add Dynamaxing, and it's gonna be like, no. I really don't see a world in which the Diamond and Pearl remakes go well. I really don't. With the way that the Pokemon games have been going, it's like, we had like, let's start here at Black and White, great games. Oh, X and Y, we're dipping a little bit. Okay. Oh, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. Okay. Sun and Moon. Oh, Ultra Sun and Moon. Okay, we like that. And then Sword and Shield. I don't know if we're gonna get back up here. I think we're flatlining. I think we're dying. I think I'm dying. And then they tweeted a thing like, let's go, Sinnoh, looking forward to Pokemon. And people are like, no, they're making a Let's Go Sinnoh games. But honestly, if they remade Sinnoh in the Let's Go style, I would be infinitely more excited. Because, like, the Let's Go style, we know it works. We know it works. We had, like, we had really good games. Why is no one talking about how the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are really good games? At least in comparison to the other 3D games. Like, obviously, like, compared to, like, Heart Gold or Soul Silver, they're not as great, but, like, they're still really good games. No one's talking about this. Why does everyone hate them? So, like, a Let's Go Sinnoh game, I would kind of be here for. I don't know if I'm gonna be here for a Pokemon Sinnoh remake that's, like, in the same style as Sword and Shield. I really don't know. I mean, there has been that thing about how Game Freak has now actually moved into the Nintendo offices, so, like, maybe they'll learn how to, like, make Switch games better or something, so it could go well, I don't know, but it could. If the Gen 4 remakes are coming out this year, they're gonna be garbage. That's just how it is, because if any Pokemon games released this year, they're gonna be rushed. They're gonna have to be rushed with how much COVID has delayed everything. So, but if they say something like Diamond and Pearl remakes coming 2022 or 2023, then I'm gonna be hyped, because I'm gonna be like, yes, they're gonna have time to make them good, but I don't know. Realistically, they're probably gonna happen. Watch the whole fandom say that Diamond and Pearl remakes are gonna be announced tomorrow, and they're just not. That's gonna be a wonderful day on Twitter tomorrow. And then finally, we have virtual console games. There is a real probability that these will not be announced tomorrow. I think tomorrow they're going to announce whatever big thing they're going to do. That way throughout the year they can give us more information. But then they might announce these at some point in the year. But I think we're getting Gens 1 and 2 definitely virtual console, because they've already been ported to the 3DS, so how hard could it be to just put it on the Switch eShop? So, like, that's like a no-brainer. That's just free money. And then I think we could also maybe get Gen 3 virtual console. Again, it's like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are on the 3DS. Those are not getting ported, so, like, may as well just put Gen 3 on the eShop. Did that make any sense? But yeah, Gens 1, 2, and 3 possibly coming to the virtual console. And then here's the thing that I'm gonna say, and people are gonna get upset because it's gonna get your hopes up and then it's not gonna happen and you're gonna be all disappointed. Pokemon Coliseum on the Switch. Hear me out. I would not be saying this if 3D All-Stars hadn't happened and Skyward Sword had not been just announced, but, like, they're clearly putting a lot of older games from older consoles onto the Switch, and if they're doing a bunch of Pokemon stuff this year, why not Coliseum? Either it could be just like a direct virtual console port on the eShop, or even like Pokemon Coliseum HD. That would be amazing. But this one is the one that I'm like, oh, this is the least likely. Out of everything that I'm gonna put them in order of likeliness. Sinnoh Remakes, Virtual Console, Let's Go Johto, Coliseum, like way below the others. But it could maybe happen. Honestly, I would not be saying this if Skyward Sword and 3D All-Stars were not like happening. But with Skyward Sword HD and 3D All-Stars, like they clearly now have a way of porting games from older consoles. I don't know, maybe it could happen. Maybe it could happen. We'll see. We'll see. All right, and now I asked on Discord if anyone had any predictions besides the ones that I was going to talk about, and Sword and Shield remakes, because Nintendo wants to pull an Ultra Sun and Moon and tack on one or two things and sell the same game again at full price. I would maybe agree with this, that could happen, although they're now also selling physical copies of Sword and Shield with the DLC included. So like they're kind of already doing this, but like, I don't know, they could be real greedy and do that. Or Pokemon Gun. What about Pokemon Gun? Where's Pokemon Gun? Give me Pokemon Gun! But yeah, let's see. Like I said, if these things are not announced tomorrow, they're still my predictions for just this year as a whole. I'm definitely going to be making more Pokemon content this year because it is the 25th anniversary and stuff is gonna be happening. So yeah, subscribe if you want Pokemon content or other content for other games, you know? It's just a big old hullabaloo. I need to just stop this. Okay, goodbye.